Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Splunk Developer Day. My name is Dan Hosaka. I'm the group product manager for the app platform. Super happy you guys are all here. We got a lot to talk through, but yeah, let's dive right in. Forward-looking statement. So you've probably seen this slide before at .conf or otherwise. I'm sure you've all read it very thoroughly. Okay, so welcome to Developer Day, not .conf. I normally have this slide for .conf for, whatever technical sessions we're doing or whatever. But important to call out, I think, like, what is Developer Day? How is it different from the stuff that we do at .conf? The main sort of purpose of today is to talk about developer things and have a day dedicated to developer-related things. .conf, we tend to do, it's a good opportunity to have like a user conference where we talk to each other, talk to different practitioners of Splunk and all that. We certainly also have like developer track at conf and builder bar, which are important things. But with AI and tons of changes in the industry, uh, I think it warrants another touch point with developers, at least one more, where we can talk about developer things, right? So at the end of today, there will be an opportunity to provide feedback. So you can think about this as like an experiment and provide feedback on, if you want to see more of these, if we could do something different, if you want to do multiple days, if you want to do in-person events, whatever that might be, please do let us know, and we'll be happy to try to accommodate some of that stuff. But great, let's keep rolling here. So one of the things that we get all the time is like, hey, I don't really know if I'm a developer. I don't really code, but I do build dashboards, right? I do write some SPL searches. I do sometimes build TAs with like the different tools that you have, like UCC. But I don't know if I'm a developer. And I would say for us, we consider that to be a Splunk developer, right? So um, what I would say is, if you have any doubts, just stick around today, take a look at the sessions. I'm sure you will learn something. And, you do belong here today, whether you believe you are a developer or not. I certainly think you are. Even this person, the person in this picture that came with my Cisco slide template, she probably also is a Splunk developer, or could be, right? Cool. So let's take a look at 2025. Lots of great developer activity last year. So let's take a look at some stats real quick. So at .conf last year, we launched our first ever Splunk Developer Program, and we've had about 7,500 people and more sign up. So kudos to you if that includes you. If you haven't signed up, go sign up on dev.splunk.com. Tons of great perks, different sort of community events that we do, access to our dev license, all that is in there. And we will continue to roll out more and more kind of perks and capabilities through that developer program. All right, lots of activity on Splunk Base as well. We've had about 250 Splunk Base apps uploaded last year, and about 3,850 new Splunk Base app versions. So that's indicative of you all as a developer community, especially the ones with Splunk Base apps, continuing to update your apps, making them, compatible with the latest Splunk platform releases. All really great updates that our customers value in terms of keeping their environments up to date as well. In terms of usage, Splunk Base does about 15K in terms of monthly active users, and then about 150,000 in terms of app listing page views. App listings would be the page that your app showcases different summaries, screenshots, things about what it does. So that's super important for a customer to look at and be able to determine, like, hey, does this thing actually solve my use case? Is it related to the problem that I have? Or do I need to look at something else? So Very important page to keep updated there. So 2025 was obviously a very productive year for us as developers and developers on Splunk. But 2026 is going to be an even chaotic time to be a developer, right? You've already started seeing that with what AI has done and the different AI changes. There's certainly a lot of different messages that you hear out there, right? So like lots of talking heads on the internet talking about, hey, SaaS apocalypse and software is dead and all that. And you also see messages about like, hey, you need to be more productive. Like AI has given you all these tools. You need a multi-monitor setup to manage all your agents and be able to do more, right? So pick your favorite kind of multi-monitor setup there from your favorite movie. I think mine is Swordfish. And you just get a lot of these different messages about how 2026 looks like for you as a developer. What I would tell you is that it's actually a great time to be a Splunk developer in particular. Um, there's a lot of things that I think there's benefits to the Cisco relationship that we have, which, you'll hear a lot about AI Canvas at like Cisco Live and .conf and stuff. This is going to provide a new experience layer for a lot of Cisco products, including Splunk. What that means for you as a Splunk app developer is that your apps will be able to gain access to this new experience. And so the 15 plus years that you've spent building apps, actually you're not able to sort of showcase to different parts of Cisco as well. So this also means like, there's new users to look at, right? So like Splunk used to have, in the thousands of customers. And then you have Cisco, which has like orders of magnitude more customers. So as an app developer, especially a partner, if you're monetizing your app on Splunk, like that's a super exciting opportunity to get more eyeballs on your app. I'd also say things are moving fast, like I mentioned with AI. So, we certainly are building AI into different developer tools and our different products and things like that. But the industry moves fast, and the best way to, I think, stay abreast of what's going on is, check out ciscolive.conf, participate in the community. Those are all things you can do to, I think, stay ahead of the game there. Obviously, you all are super committed to developing on Splunk, and I'm super grateful to you all for continuing to do so. I think you can expect from us then to also have that same commitment in terms of building developer tooling and continue to innovate those different tools. So you see, just some kind of features and things that we've shipped or are about to ship for developers. We'll talk about a lot of these in the different sessions today. In my role as a previous Splunk base PM, I'd just like to talk to you about two of them here today in our intro session. So let me talk about AI for App Inspect and then Splunk Base App Analyzer real quick. Okay, so AI for App Inspect, or as we affectionately know it, AI for AI. We still do have this App Inspect report on Splunk Base. One of the big problems with that was we would basically just tell you like, hey, you didn't pass this check, and that was it. If you're a novice developer, like that didn't really help you. Like you're still sort of stuck with, I don't really know what to do with that, right? So now with AI, we can actually look at what you didn't pass in terms of your App Inspect check. We can tell you what the root cause of that is, what the potential fix is, and then give you kind of like a diff of what the fix might look like, right? So that is available on Splunk Base today. So if you go and upload your app to Splunk Base, you'll run into something like this. What's cool though is that this is also available via MCP. So if you are using your favorite AI coding tool, Windsurf, Cursor, Quad Code, whatever it might be, and you connect to the App Inspect CLI through this MCP, you will be able to have your AI coding tool, if you're building like a TA or app, check against, app inspect, and then kind of like fix itself, right? So super powerful kind of like linter or a development tool there. So that's AI for AI. Splunk-based app analyzer. So this is a cool new feature as well. So we used to take an app package upon upload to Splunk-based. We used to do some kind of like package analyzer kind of thing, and then pull out like the logo from your package and put it on Splunk-based and things like that. Still do that. But AI now gives us a much better understanding, or gives us a lot more capability in terms of what we can determine from looking at your app package. One of the big kind of roadblocks in terms of the quality of the app listings used to be, you would spend all this time building your app, packaging it up, and then uploading it to Splunkbase. And like the last thing you want to do at that point is like write a bunch of documentation. So AI is actually super helpful here. It can actually look at your app package and then write the summary, details, installation instructions, troubleshooting for your listing. So you can do that with a new app, and you just click this Write with AI button that exists on this page for each of the fields, and it'll populate some example of what you should put in there. Obviously, you can edit whatever it puts in there. You can delete chunks if you want to. This is also available for existing apps. So if you already have an app on Splunkbase, you can just go to your Manage Apps page, go to your the metadata for all of your summary details, installation instructions, troubleshooting, click on the Write for AI, and then it'll give you kind of like a sampling of what the AI thinks based off your app package that should look like. You can, again, edit it however you'd like. If you don't like what the AI wrote at all, you can just undo and just bring back whatever you had in there previously. So this is available today as well. So go check that out if you have a Splunk-based app. Okay, so today's sessions, today you're in the introduction part. I will close this up a little bit early so you have some time to go grab coffee, go answer some Slack messages, whatever that might be. The next session, you will have to sort of launch that after this session. That's true for all the sessions, so you have to individually launch each one when you're at the top or bottom of the hour. The first session is about apps with MCP tools. So this is all about, again, taking that 15 plus years of innovation that we've had with apps, whatever, whether those are Splunk-based apps or private customer like apps, like your own apps, and then registering MCP tools to them so that you can give things like Claude, Codex, AI Canvas access to those apps. Building your first AI agent is then session 2. So you can use like a no-code tool like Agent Builder to build your agents. We have some really cool forward-looking kind of generative AI forecasting for time series metrics. So check that out. Introducing agentic apps and using the new Python SDK. So you're able to easily plug in kind of AI intelligence into your existing apps. And we have a partner, TrackMe, who has done this that will demo how they did that. We have a lunch break. So during this lunch break, there's also an activity. So definitely check that out. And then at 1:30, we have a TED Talk given by our own Ted Hellman. He'll be talking about extending the Splunk platform. This is what I think will end up being the canonical kind of extension points talk. So definitely check that one out. That'll be super technical. Technology add-ons for creating modern tooling. So if you are moving from add-on builder to UCC, check this one out. This will give you kind of an idea of what that migration looks like. Next is Dashboard Studio and kind of like generating kind of a custom visualization. So that's by Lizzie and team, so that'll be a great one. And then finally, monetizing on Splunkbase. So we haven't talked about this in other developer sessions previously, at least since I've been at Splunk, but Ellie and our team has interviewed a bunch of partners about how they monetize on Splunk Base. So she'll be sharing the results of that research. So if you're interested on monetizing apps on Splunk Base, I think that'll be a good one to check out too. And then we'll close out around 4 o'clock or so. So lots of great topics for today. Before we close, just some administrative notes. So use the Q&A feature in the tool here to submit your questions. Aside from the speaker who's obviously doing the speaking for the session, there's also members of the team that will be in the Q&A to answer any questions you have along the way. So definitely use that feature. Again, respect our community code of conduct. Join conversations on the Splunk community Slack. So again, be a member of the community. We're all in there to answer any questions you might have after the session as well. In the session navigation, so after each session, you can click on this agenda icon to the right to exit out. And like I mentioned, you will need to, at the either bottom or top of the hour, click to join into the next session, right? Each of the sessions are recorded and shared afterwards, so don't worry if you miss something or you didn't take a note on something. You can always go back and refer to some of the old sessions later on. Okay, great. So thanks for being here. Again, this is our first ever developer day, so a little bit of an experiment. So if you get to the end of today, you want to submit some feedback to us. Again, we're either in the community, fill out that survey, however you want to get back to us. Please do let us know, if something was super valuable to you and we should keep it, or we should change it up and do something different next time. We're here for all of you in the developer community, so whatever's most helpful for you guys. But thanks again for being here. Hope today is a great day for all the developer talks and the different sessions, and you learn a lot. So thanks again.